Hello, this is Walter Schmidt speaking, author on the book on Superyacht sales, 7 Swiss top secrets to success. Today, I have a very special guest from Malta, an island that is very well known for refits of small, medium, and big size yacht as well, and also for brokerage charter. And today, Mark Kissaun from S&D Yachts joining me for a very interesting topic, several questions, also in terms of what is going on right now in the market. And I'm really honored to say hello, Mark. How are you? Tell us a little bit, who are you? What are you doing? And let's take it from there on.
Hi, Urs. First of all, thank you very much for having us on your show. It's an honor. Thank you for reaching out to us. Well, we're doing fine, considering the situation. Malta has been quite placed during the COVID situation, even though recently we had a few elevated cases, but I'm happy to say that it's been managed pretty well here in Malta. So all considered, I think it's still a safe place to be. And things have, well, life has started to kind of start falling into place as people started to accept to accept this new norm, if you know what I mean. From a business perspective, it's been a little bit of a tough ride because obviously, like many of other countries, our ports had been closed until late June. So obviously we had a very late season. It seems like it has picked up a little bit, so it's showing some good signs at the moment, and hopefully we'll see what's in us for the future, because we don't really know how long this is going to last. But otherwise, I think I can say that all in all, it's, I guess, pretty good considering the circumstances.
Well, that's great to hear. That's not everybody can say the same. And I know your company now for a while. So I have also observed what's going on a little bit on the internet, on your side, and I went a little bit backwards. And now let me ask you some questions which might be very interesting for the listeners and the viewers. What is the biggest learning since the company exists that you have had made in terms of making business in the yachting industry that you can really say, well, that was the biggest learning to keep our company as stable as it is?
Well, I think I can say, especially today, that it paid us to have such a diverse structure in our business. Since 1976, the company has grown, but not just only in one sector. So obviously, when we started off being a small yacht agency company, it's not just agency. Today, we've got other business interests. We run our own yacht marina. We've got interests in Tunisia. We're involved in the corporate services, so we're doing the flagging and taxation. What I got chandlery business, and we're also doing crew services as well, because there's the new development now in Malta with a new crew training academy. So we're working very closely with them, helping crew to get their certification through Malta. So in reality, I believe that having such a diverse operation helped us a lot, because in times like this, when some of the areas are a little bit weak, it is made up for them by the other businesses that are doing a little bit better. So I think I would say that the success is mostly the diversity. But more than anything else, not just the business, I would like to say that, like any other business, the business is the people that make it up. And we are really blessed to have a fantastic team working with us. So I believe that those two factors are our key ingredients.
Very interesting that you say that in terms of people. The real value, the true value of any company should be the people, because people are those ones who work. And if the people don't work well and are not satisfied, obviously a company doesn't work. And you obviously did that extremely well, because based on what I hear on other places, it is really a difficult time since the COVID-19, where the shutdown has taken place as only one part of many things. So that's something that is obviously a strength. Now, by saying that, what would you say, what would you consider is your most powerful service or product that your company S&D Yachts can provide and do provide that you would say that's the number one, that's the biggest or most powerful that we have? What would that be?
I think it goes back to what I said before, really. The most powerful or our best selling point, I would say, would be that because we're such a diverse group of companies, we can honestly offer a one-stop shop for yachting from our side, from Malta. What is, when it comes to looking after the boat when they arrive, what if it's an export situation, for example, we've got our operations department, which should look after the export of the yacht into Tunisia, our corporate and our legally related company. Then we would look after the customs and importation through our agency because we're also registered customs brokers. And then obviously we would berth the boat in our marina or in the Grand Harbour Marina where we have a very good relationship and coordinate all the work that needs to be done. Obviously, we use the services of a lot of subcontractors as well, because obviously no man is an island, and obviously we work with a lot of related companies that we've worked with over the last years. And it also makes it more interesting to operate. But I would definitely say that the diversity of the company, which makes us a true one-stop shop, and obviously the fantastic team that we have in the different departments, is what really gives us the success that we've achieved today.
So actually, that's one of the USPs, that you get everything out of one hand when you come as a customer to S&D Yachts, because you can handle from A to Z just everything that is related to yachts, no matter what it is. Is that correctly understood from me?
Correct. Yes, correct.
And I mean, I know Malta as well, as it is also my second home, because my mother lives there now for over 28 years, so I know it very well. And it's a small island, everybody knows everybody. And now, as you have said, that you cooperate with subcontractors as well in the country itself, which makes you powerful, sort of. That's what I can feel, because if you're alone, you are never as achievable in setting of goals and reaching the goals than when you are as a team, not only in the company, which obviously is a great company with people, but also in the subcontractual situation. When I'm right, you are looking for that you treat them more or less the same as your own employees, because a corporation is everything to cover the needs of a client. Is that correctly?
Yes, of course, the subcontractors are a very important part of our business, because obviously we do not cater for absolutely everything. So if you need, I don't know, electricians, or if you need a specialized carpenter on a boat, or if you need medical services on the boat, or whatever it is, you know, it could be a chef required by the guest, or some special food, or some spirit or alcohol. I mean, there are so many requests that we get from the yachting industry that you cannot cater for everything. So yes, it's nice to be able to work with a lot of different companies here. And we are also blessed to have within our small industry a very vast selection of very highly reputable subcontractors. So that will help us obviously always deliver an even better service.
That's amazing. Good to hear. And now I have a very interesting question to you, as I'm talking with a lot of companies and people. Out of your perspective, how important would you see the terms or the use of coachings in companies, in the sales or communication? How important would you recommend or see the coaching part?
I think the coaching part is a extremely important part of a business, especially as we have seen in these last few months, whereby the communications became tantamount. I mean, look, for example, what we're doing now. You know, we're using a Zoom call to communicate, and we obviously, as soon as the whole situation hit Malta, because we had already a structure in place, we were able to send everybody home, and we were already able to work remotely. So we shut down, I would say, 70% of our operations, and we're all working safely from home. Yes, so the coaching and the communication is tantamount, especially as we have been able to see and witness for ourselves in these last few months.
Yeah, that's what I recognize as well. In other companies too, that the communication as such is changing. It is in a dramatically exchanging to the past now to into the future from the present moment, which a lot of companies do not address. And obviously you do, which is amazing. I think that's one of the reasons as well why you are doing still so good, that you kept up with the technology, with the kind of communication. Now, as you are quite ahead into comparison to other companies, what would be your recommendation to listeners, what they shall do with the companies? It doesn't have to be only in the business company, but in general. What would be your advice to other entrepreneurs, company owners, what they should do now?
I think one has to go back a little bit to answer that question, because what is most important is the present situation of the company, which is only achievable if there has been good strategic management. So a company that has been well managed and has maintained comfortable and sufficient cash reserves and resources will not only survive this situation, but I think I strongly believe that it will come out a lot stronger, because it will be able to take, not only to survive this scenario, but it will also be able to take up a lot of opportunities which I believe will come up. So that is it really. If your company has been well managed and you have sufficient cash reserves, then you're going to come out strong.
Absolutely, that's something that I think as well, that the opportunities that are here, they are changed as well compared to the past. But if you keep up with what's going on and what's coming up, it is a huge opportunity that is ahead of us. Also, especially in the yachting industry, which is in a dramatically change that I can observe as well. But within all these changes, there are chances. Now, what would it be when I tell you to tell me what is the reason? Why should I come to you as a customer? So let's make a little bit promotion of your company, S&D Yachts. What is it? Why should people come to you?
Well, I would like to believe that, having been in the industry for such a long time, and that most of our key people have been with us for 15, 20 years and more, we have amassed enough experience. And I believe that experience leads to expertise. So I really believe that the level of our service is extremely high. And this I can vouch for, because we have a lot of satisfied customers, especially repeat customers. And the proof of it all is that after nearly 50 years, we are still here in the business and we're still smiling.
Which we will make sure that this is going on the next 50 years for sure, that you can keep smiling and the company will raise up and grow no matter what is coming up. And
I guess you have to be very positive, because what we're going through at the moment is not a short-term situation. I'm expecting that we need to be braced for at least, well, you can't really say, but it's not going to be over this year and maybe not even next year. So, you have to stay positive, and yes, one has to keep smiling through it all, I guess.
Well, it's right, absolutely right. I agree. I think the whole thing changes not only for a moment, it will be changed forever. So the whole industry has to pivot and to make a change to keep up with the business and those of the clients. And this is some things that I'm addressing as well to everybody who is listening here, to really look for somebody, a company like S&D Yachts. If it comes in terms to Refit, buying, charter, crewing, whatever it is, I think really that S&D Yachts is the right address in the Mediterranean Sea to go for, to have the perfect match for the expertise with experience, and also in future, because they will not be away or apart from the market. They will stand up, I think, and I believe so, because it has already proven and results don't lie. So that's what it is in terms of where to go in the Mediterranean Sea. S&D Yachts is for sure one of the #1 addresses that I personally can recommend, because I know the company for a while, quite a while already, and therefore it is the point to go. Now, what else for the ending of here of this great and amazing interview with you, Mark? What is the last words that you want to tell to the people?
We all need to be very positive, and I believe that what is happening to the world at the moment has not only taught us a lesson, because maybe previously we used to take things for granted, but I have seen that the present situation has taught us a lot. And I have also seen a lot of very close working or closer working relationships, even between competing companies, which is good. So that could be also the start of a new future, better collaboration, possible mergers and takeovers, or maybe buyouts as well. It's a storm, you know, we're going to have to tune our sails and then steer the boat into calmer waters. They'll come. There's always sunshine after the rain.
Absolutely. That's a very good sentence to end up this interview. Thank you very much, Mark. We make sure that you can connect whenever you want to, whenever it is time for you, as a yacht buyer, owner, or even as a shipyard, no matter what it is that you work in the yachting industry. Thank you very much one more time, Mark Kissaun, for this amazing interview with you today in terms of what happens in the yachting industry, what has happened, what will be in the future, your perspective, and it was my honor to have you on my show. Now, my name is Walter Schmidt, author on the book on Super Yacht Sales, 7 Swiss Top Secrets to Success. Have a wonderful day. See you next time.